Jessica here. New update video of the new year. To be honest, I did have a video beforehand. I had recorded one on Sunday, but it felt pretty heavy. And when I say heavy, I'm not saying it's bad to be emotional or anything, but I just felt like it's still dwelling on the things that I should be overcoming in a way, is what I feel like. And I felt like that after last night, getting a phone call from my dad in New Mexico and him talking to me and just pretty much reminding me to remind myself, or just reminding me to pretty much think like, basically telling me, remember who you are and where you come from. And once he told me that, it kind of put a new, I keep using the word perspective because honestly I don't know another word, but it put a new perspective on this whole thing that I'm going through, and it makes me want to be more positive about it. And I'm not saying I won't have my moments that I'll feel down, or I'll feel low, or I will want to cry, or I will cry. But at the same time, I need to do that for a short amount of time. Because I'll cry, but then when I'm crying, I need to tell myself, remember who you are and where you come from. And I need to just wipe my tears, get back up, and just keep going. And that's pretty much what the conversation was. And him telling me of everything he's gone through and how he overcame them. He pushed his limits and he made sure he came out his best or better than what he was told that how he would be. And so I decided to delete the video I did on Sunday. I know I said it was going to be, these things are going to be about seeing me in my moment, seeing me for how I feel or any of that, but at the same time, if anyone who is watching this is going through the same thing, I don't want to continuously be sad or crying about the same thing that I'm going through. There needs to be a moment, just like last night, to where I get to where you're just like, this needs to stop. Not stop completely, like I said, I'll still have my moments, I'll still cry and all that, but it needs to be a moment of, I can do this, I'll get through this, and I need to tell myself that. And that's what, pretty much being positive about it and just being like, I got this. and getting that extra to get over what I'm going through. And I really want to thank my dad for that, for calling me last night, because in the moments that I have, in the moments that I'm going through things, yeah, you'll get lost in your own head, and you'll get lost about the end goal of what you need to do and what needs to be done. And him calling just pretty much put it back in my head and pretty much burned it inside my mind, like, remember who you are and where you come from. Remember, you are strong. And pretty much the family that I come from, on both sides, but they're both strong families. We're a tough family. We get through a lot. So, that part, remember who you are and where you come from, it sets in quite hard. So that's why I wanted to do this video instead of the last one, because I feel like it needs to be more positive than what I felt like the video before wasn't. And so, start off the new video. It's a new year, 2020. It's a new decade. It's crazy how I went through a whole decade, and I hope everyone had a new year and they were safe, and everyone and their family was safe. And hope your new year is starting off amazing. Hope it's starting off great. And I hope the resolutions or the goals that you have set for yourself, you will continue to do them, and you will strive for them, and you will achieve them. But nothing much happened besides New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Just hung out with family, had fun, did a little dancing, even though I was really exhausted afterwards. But and then my friends came over to see me, my two best friends. And during that time when everything that was going on mentally and emotionally with me, having them come over, it was really great. I needed that. Because I never knew how much they say that you need to be socially active, or you need to be social and all that. I never knew how much that really meant mentally for someone. And so it does, just that interaction with another person, it really does wonders for your mentality. And I want to thank them for coming over and taking time out of their day and everything like that. It really means a lot to me, you guys. And mentally and emotionally, I'm doing better than I was last week, but especially after that phone call. It really got me going, I would say. And physically, I am doing a lot better, besides these drains that I'm ready to have taken out, and they get taken out on Thursday. So I did not dab. That was not a dab. I will never dab. But I get those out, so excited, because these things are so tedious, and they're so just, I feel like I'm a robot when I move around because of these, because they're just so, what's the word where you can't like move a lot? My mobility is restricted, I would say. There was a whole other word I was thinking of, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm having appointments all this week, and that'll be in my next video of how they go, because this is for last week, but I'm running a little behind. But I would say I am doing much better than I was last week. I feel, in all honesty, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I do feel like I look a bit better. I wanted to do this. I just wanted to do something, but pretty much it. And just reflecting on the whole, since it was New Year's, just up until then, a little bit after, it was a lot of reflection. Excuse me, sorry, from the decade that passed, and just different things I want to do differently now. I know it shouldn't take a new year type thing to be like, oh, I want to do this differently. Oh, I want to do that. I should have already been doing it. But having cancer ending my decade last year, well, it's weird to say that now, but ending my year with having cancer and then not having cancer, it kind of put a whole new outlook on life. I didn't use perspective, but it's a whole new outlook, especially from the test results. How my breast surgeon told me that the cancer was in my blood vessels and it was headed towards my lymph nodes, but I was fortunate enough for it to not get into my lymph nodes, for it to be able to spread. And I'm so thankful for that, because that would have been a whole other different situation. It would have been a whole other road that I would have to have gone down, and I would maybe say maybe a bit worse, I don't know, but I'm thankful that it didn't spread, and I'm thankful to be able to do everything that I'm doing. It's like the conversation I had with my dad, and he was talking to me about the first time I saw my chest, as I explained in the video before. And he just tells me to look at it the opposite way. Pretty much look at it as if, yes, you see yourself and you don't feel whole in a way, I would say. He's like, but flip it. Flip it and say, and think of it as, I am fortunate enough to be able to look at myself, is what he's saying. Pretty much like, I'm fortunate enough to be alive, to be able to look at myself, to be able to make these videos, to be able to go through everything that I'm going through, because the situation didn't take a left turn and go badly to where I won't live, basically, and I am alive. So to look at it at that perspective, and I did, I've been doing that, and that's what the reflecting has been. And just crazy to think, maybe if they waited a day or two or a week, it could have spread, and it would have turned into a whole other different situation. And I feel like it not spreading, or just that being it so close to spreading and it didn't, it's almost like giving me a second chance with my life. And reflecting on the whole past decade, I know I have the potential to do great things, achieve what I want to achieve, but looking at the past decade, I didn't live up to that potential. And looking at it, it kind of upsets me. And I will admit, I'm a big procrastinator, but looking back at it, what I was most afraid of was going after what I wanted, and my biggest thing was failure. Because I know I feel like I let people down a lot. I don't know why, but that's just me. I think it started to feel like that when I got pregnant at a very young age. And it wasn't something to be happy about because I was young. I graduated high school though, and I went to college, but I think that's when it first set in, is I was afraid of failing and disappointing people. So the procrastination set in. A lot of like, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that, and I never went through with them. And looking back at that now, going through this, and then having that situation of it being close to spreading and it didn't, it just kind of like, I slapped myself in the face. Like, not literally physically speaking, but just saying, I slapped myself in the face, pretty much telling myself, like, what were you doing this past decade? Like, look at everything. Why? You could have done so much more. You could have, because I do have the potential. I know I do, but I hold myself back, I would say. And just reflecting on everything, I don't want to do that. Because I'm cancer free. I'm going to be going through treatment to make sure that I stay cancer free. And like I said, just having this cancer ending my year and it being close to spreading, it gave me another outlook on life of, this is my second chance. This is my second chance to be who I truly know I can be and achieve what I want to achieve. Even though I still have about like a whole 7 to 8 months of all this to go through, because I'm going to be having my treatment, I'll be having my surgery. But I want to do things different around this time, because this was a scare and kind of made me see how important life can be, and how life is precious. And procrastinating and holding myself back is the worst thing I could possibly do. After this, after going through all of this, after what I'm going to be going through, what will it be for? Just to be how I was this past decade? No, I don't want to do that. So I know at the end of all this, I will be different. In a good way. Not in a bad way. In a good way. Because I'm going to come out stronger than I did starting this. There would be things to get used to. Like after all the surgeries and everything and losing my hair. But I will get through it. There are worst possible things, like I said. Other people that have terminal cancer and they don't get the chance to think like I am. Or to be able to get that second chance. So I want to do better this year. And I hope everyone else wants to do better this year. Reflecting on their decade. And I do want to stick to it. Because it's like I said, this gave me a second chance at life. At everything. And I want to do better. I want to be better. And just looking at everything of the past decade, I want to be stronger. I want to be the girl that doesn't settle. I want to be the girl that knows what she deserves. And she won't stop till she gets it. And I won't settle. Or she won't settle. She won't be taken for granted anymore. She won't be torn down. Or tore apart in a way. And this is all just from the past 10 years since we're in a new decade. And I keep saying that, but this is reflecting from all of that. Not just from from recent or the year or past 2 years or just this past year. No, it's from everything. And looking back at it a lot, I don't want to be the girl that procrastinates anymore. I don't want to be the girl that's taken for granted. I don't want to be I wouldn't say girl, I'm a woman. What am I talking about? I don't want to be the woman that procrastinates. I don't want to be the woman that is taken for granted. I don't want to be the woman that gets torn down by words or gets torn down emotionally or mentally by anybody. I want to be the woman who knows what she deserves and won't stop till she gets it. I don't want to be the woman that settles. I don't. And I don't want to be the woman waiting around for something to happen. I don't want to be the woman wasting life on something that will never happen. I don't want to be the woman that just has her feelings tossed aside, that her feelings don't mean anything. I want to be the woman who will stand up for herself. I want to be the woman who will let her feelings be known. I want to be the woman that will speak her mind, even though I do already, but I mean more for myself, I would say. Not saying that anybody like puts me down or anything or just anything. I just want to be more outspoken. I want to be more social. I want to be more out there. I want to be, instead, I'm always home. I want to be more of a people person in a way, but I'm very shy. It's one thing I got to work on too, but I'm more of a people person, to be out there, to be outspoken, to be outgoing, to be just the person I've always wanted to be. But like I said, I've held me back. And most of all, I just want to be healthy. And my son. And those are what I'm really going to work on. Like I said, I procrastinated. Looking back at it now, instead of slapping myself, I want to punch myself. But it's weird how going through something like this kind of opens your mind. And after a conversation with my dad, open it wider. But I needed it. And I just want to do better. And I am doing better slowly. I will be better. I'm having more of a smile on my face now. I smile a bit more when I'm also with the whole new second chance at life and everything. I want to do more with my son. Not that I didn't do more before. I want to do more as in going places. Because like I said, I stay home. I wasn't a very like people person, go out, and I want to do more of that. And I want to do more of that with myself, of being social, but more of that, so taking him places and seeing the outside, the world. The Grand Canyon, never been there, maybe I'll go, I don't know, but just things like that. Taking him out too, so he can see the world. And I want to do more of that. And that's another one of the things I want to slap in my face, because I should have been doing that a lot more. I did it with my son. I did. But I felt like it wasn't enough. And I want to do more. And that's just a reflection on everything. Since it's the new year and I don't really have anything to update on. Just since it's the... Hopefully everyone else can, after watching this, reflect on what you want to do. Reflect on things you want to change this year. And don't just say things just to, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But you don't follow through with it. Follow through with it. Keep it going. Achieve it this year. And do it. Because life can be short. And life can throw major curveballs at you. Like me, I did not expect this last year. I did not expect this before Halloween or anything like that, or before the holidays. I did not expect this at all. That's what I mean. Life is precious, and follow through with it. Do it. Achieve what you want to do. All the resolutions you set for yourself, or just anything, or just after watching this and you're inspired to do something different, or try something different, or go out there, do it. Just do it. I promise you won't regret it. And I want to thank everybody who has continued to follow my journey thus far, and will continue to follow my journey and help me out and help my family and everything like that. It means so much to me. And I can't tell you how many times I will probably say that, because I'll probably say it a lot more. But thank you. Love you all.